Well, hello again, fellow do-it-yourselfers and teardrop adventure lovers. This season starts our series of adventures with Season 1, Episode 1, Nebraska, the flyover state. In this episode, you'll see that over 500,000 visitors stopped by for the months of March and April. And we have a little video on that. Now our visit was kind of cut short by the weather. It got down in the 20s and it was wet and miserable and started to snow, so we headed on back. In this series we'll be using some reference books. We'll be documenting everything on our Nebraska recreation map, and we also have Visit 531, Seth Varner's book on visiting all 531 incorporated communities in Nebraska. And we'll also be using Nebraska Land magazine. They have a lot of good articles and ideas on places to go. So we'll be using other reference material throughout the series this year. Now this video will be divided in 3 parts, this introduction, and then we'll have a short bit of driving, not a whole lot, and then we'll show the entrance to the Kearney State recreational area and a drive through there so you can see what amenities they have. And then we'll be on to videoing our visitors. We also met people from West Virginia, Kansas, Iowa, Nebraska, and some locals who gave us some points on where the viewing was the best. Unfortunately, with the freezing rain and snow, we didn't get a chance to go to those areas Thursday as we headed back about noon. So we hope you enjoy and come along for the ride. Thank you. Well, hello adventurers. We're off on our Episode 1, Season 1, Adventures in Nebraska. We're headed west on Highway 92 out of Omaha. We're staying off of all the interstates, and we'll pick it up from there. We're going to be a part of that. Okay, we're headed into Wahoo. Wahoo's the home of Seth Varner, the author of Nebraska 531. It's kind of a guide to all the incorporated cities in Nebraska, cities, towns, and villages. There, that's the courthouse. We have the York Municipal Airport. We bypassed York. Okay, here we go to the Fort Kearney State Recreation Area. You have your playground off to the left. Bath and toilet area, which is closed for the winter season. And there we have the little red teardrop. And restrooms across there. It looks like everybody else is pulled out and left. Here we have a lake with a swimming area. And here's the bicycle walking trail that goes all the way to the interstate, and I think you can get into Kearney on that trail also. Here's overflow parking for the trail, and a nice covered eating area. There's the dump station, which is closed until mid-April, I believe. We have a couple of campers that have stuck it out. We have another lake to the right-hand side. And then another fishing lake on the left-hand side. A few ducks on the pond. And we have another lake here on the right-hand side for fishing. We have a larger teardrop. And we have another lake on the left-hand side, a little larger fishing lake. And back over on the right-hand side, we have another fishing lake. Looks like we have approximately, I would say, 115 campsites. We got a sportsman here, and another lake with a lot of ducks on it. Small lake on the right-hand side. Yeah, they have these lakes stocked for all types of fishing. They have walking trails, biking trails. They have bridges over to the field crane viewing area. We have another hardy camper over here that's still in the park. There were quite a few more campers yesterday before the cold weather, rain, and snow started. A lot of camping areas over here. We got to this side. And we have one of the big boys. Okay, we'll show you what we're doing for security here on the little red machine. First, I locked the safety chains back. Then I locked the tongue down. I do have a tongue lock for that, but I didn't remember to bring it along. And on the receiver itself, I have a locking bar to hold the hitch on. Then we're using a 15-foot cable to run through the wheels and around the axle. After about 10 feet, the wheels won't turn. Here's the back end with our 2 stickers with more stickers to be added. And here's our temporary power setup. And there's our cold air restroom facilities across the way. This season we'll be marking out our adventures on the Nebraska recreational map here. And Wednesday morning I started out from Omaha, and we came down approximately here, went down on Highway 92, went through Wahoo, proceeded west on 92, past Shelby, David City, Osceola. Then we cut down through Strongsburg and just about York. Then we took 93E down to Interstate 80. I was intending to stay off the interstate, but due to the fact that the wind was kicking up, I decided that the interstate was probably the safest place to be. We went over past Grand Island on Interstate 80, past Grand Island, and just before we reached Kearney, we came down to the Fort Kearney State Recreational Area. Now, we also went over early Thursday morning to Fort Kearney, and then our trip back was along the interstate all the way back because of the strong winds and possible snow. We came back Interstate 80 on into Omaha and back home. So this is the route of 407 miles total with our side trips. And had we not ran into the inclement weather, we'd have probably spent another couple days there, and if it had stayed warm, we'd have headed up to O'Neill for St. Patrick's Day. But that'll be another adventure. So this was a short one due to weather, but gave us an idea of good times we could have.